All right, let's dive right into this explainer. We're going to unpack a remarkably concise 60-second finance guide, and we're translating this super efficient source material straight into hardcore survival skills for your small business. Because listen, if you're an entrepreneur, managing numbers isn't just boring accounting. It's quite literally what keeps the doors open. We're going to look at how to implement these strategies today, putting a really heavy focus on mastering your cash flow and maximizing those revenue strategies.
So let me ask you, are you truly tracking what matters, or are you just kind of flying blind? Way too many business owners just glance at their bank balance at the end of the month, cross their fingers, and hope for the best. And honestly, that's a recipe for disaster. We need to shift your focus right now to the actual metrics that drive growth.
The source material kicks things off with this brilliant, simple quote: "Money management is a skill everyone should learn." Now, for us as entrepreneurs, this isn't just some basic life skill you slept through in high school, right? It is the absolute bedrock of your survival. Your product could be world-class, your marketing could be absolute genius, but if you mismanage the money, you will fail. Simple as that. Okay, Section 1, Tracking and Budgeting. This is where we build the foundation. The source explicitly mandates this rule: keep track of your expenses and create a budget. It sounds super elementary, I know, but it's the very first hurdle you've got to clear. You would be shocked at how many small businesses literally bleed cash through dozens of forgotten $20 software subscriptions and weird hidden operational costs. You simply cannot optimize what you aren't tracking.
And this is exactly where we make the leap from personal finance over to business survival. On one side, personal budgeting is, deciding how much you can spend on groceries. But on the business side, cash flow management isn't just about saving pennies. It's the absolute prerequisite for ensuring your business actually has the oxygen it needs to breathe, operate, and eventually scale up.
Moving on to Section 2, let's look at the core engine of your operations: revenue, profit, and cash flow.
So the crucial point is right here in this specific directive from the source. For businesses, focus on revenue, profit, and cash flow. Now, these three words get tossed around meeting rooms constantly, but they are absolutely not interchangeable. Let's slow down a sec and unpack exactly what each of these means for you.
First up, revenue. That's the total amount of money brought in by a company's operations. Think of this as your top-line strategy, the raw fuel pumping directly into your business engine. To really maximize this, you need distinct revenue strategies. Maybe that means tweaking your pricing models, finding cheaper customer acquisition channels, or just getting people to buy again and again.
Next, we have profit. This is the financial gain remaining after all business expenses have been subtracted from your revenue. We have to clearly contrast revenue with profit here because, and this is key, it absolutely does not matter how much raw fuel you bring in if your operating expenses consume all of it. A business doing $2 million in revenue but spending $2.1 million to get there? That's a failing business. Profit is the true indicator that your business model actually works. And finally, the big one, cash flow. That is the timing and movement of money transferring in and out of your business. Guys, this is the #1 killer of small businesses. You could look incredibly profitable on paper for the quarter, but if your clients have 60-day payment terms and your rent is due today, you are suffocating. Cash flow is the immediate oxygen you need to pay suppliers today, not just the math you rent at the end of the month. So before we even talk about expansion, I've got a serious question for you. Do you truly understand interest rates? Think about it carefully. Because before we pick up the shiny tools of leverage, we have to deeply respect the actual cost of money itself.
All right, Section 3, Leverage and Growth. Let's see how understanding the cost of money builds your future.
The source material drops a very stark warning here. Understand interest rates before taking loans. Look, when you're itching to scale your business, leverage looks incredibly tempting, but interest rates represent the ultimate cost of expanding. Taking on a high-interest, short-term loan might magically solve a cash flow gap today, but that compounding interest will completely cannibalize your profit margins tomorrow. You absolutely must calculate the true cost of that capital. Next, the source lays out 2 sequential rules. 1, save a portion of your income, and 2, invest wisely to grow wealth over time. Translating this directly for your business, it means building a solid safety net of retained earnings so one bad month doesn't wipe you off the map. Once you have that, you invest back into your own company, buy better equipment, hire top-tier talent, or fund new revenue streams to systematically scale.
Which brings us to Section 4, Making Better Decisions. This is the ultimate payoff.
When you visualize these fundamental rules, they create a crystal clear step-by-step playbook for total financial mastery. Step 1, meticulously track those expenses. Step 2, master your core engine of revenue, profit, and cash flow. Step 3, thoroughly understand the true cost of interest before you leverage. And Step 4, save for resilience, invest for growth. It's just an elegant, repeatable loop. And all of this builds directly to the source's concluding thesis. The better you understand finance, the better decisions you can make for your future. Mastering these simple concepts isn't just about doing your taxes. It's the exact thing that empowers you to build a tough, resilient, and super adaptable business.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to master the simple finance lessons that will secure your business's future? Seriously, go take a hard look at your cash flow today. Evaluate your revenue strategies right now. Apply these fundamental rules, and as the source advises, keep following along for more simple finance lessons. Empower yourself with this knowledge, take control of your numbers, and go build an incredible business.